is Danielle. I am majoring in elementary education and I have minors in teaching English to speakers of other languages, TESOL, and literacy. Like a lot of people, I love kids, but I also really care about things like justice and equity, and I thought education was a way to make a significant impact with that. The further I got along, the more I was just sort of fascinated with reading and language. I always liked writing and reading myself, and learning how those things develop was really interesting to me. I enjoy working with students from diverse backgrounds, and so TESOL was also kind of a natural fit, so that's sort of how I brought the TESOL and literacy pieces into that. I think that faculty is one of the things that really sets you and I apart and has set my experience apart. There's I agree that UNI is the best education school around, but there are other quality education programs. But at UNI, my class sizes are so much smaller than peer institutions, so much smaller than other people I've talked to who are going into teaching at other schools. And I really have a relationship with my professors. They kind of know what my personal goals are along with the goals of the class. They understand how to support me in my own development as an educator. And again, the small class sizes has been huge, especially within my TESOL minor. I feel like I've gotten to know the people. It's not a cohort system, but we follow kind of a similar progression. So I've gotten to know those people really well, have developed with my colleagues really well. And so I think that intimate setting has really helped me grow in a way that I couldn't have experienced at another institution. Something again that sets you and I apart that's a little bit hard to navigate when you're doing that whole rat race of applying to a bunch of different schools is the financial and aid opportunities, especially for future educators, are really significant. For me, that actually was kind of one of my final deciding factors. I think people are kind of scared to admit that they didn't have a say yes to the dress moment when they're choosing a college. But UNI really made it accessible for me to focus on my classes and not have to focus on making an income for myself. There's a ton of scholarships beyond what you just see easily laid out on the website, but at the same time, they've made it really accessible. If you fill out that mass scholarship application, you're in the pool for everything. So you don't even know that you're in the pool for hundreds of scholarships and thousands of scholarship dollars, but you are, and that really made a big difference for me. So doing due diligence on that scholarship application I think is really important, and there are a ton of opportunities that I've gotten through that, relationships I've made with administrators and faculty, again, who have supported me because I've met them through a scholarship or something like that. UNI really forces you to get out there and get outside of your comfort zone. I grew up in Cedar Falls, so I remember feeling concerned that I wasn't really gonna spread my wings enough or anything like that, but through my time at UNI, I have really fallen in love with Waterloo. I work at the YWCA, and Languages and Literatures has done a lot of partnership with the YWCA for clinical experiences for their students, and that has really opened my eyes and guided my decisions about where I want to student teach, my TESOL minor, the kind of families I want to work with, and I've just really fallen in love with the Waterloo community, and none of that would have been possible without the placements that UNI has given me. I've been in classrooms since my freshman year, so I think that's really significant. I think a lot of people around the country go into student teaching having never planned a lesson, and that sounds wild to me. So the practical experience, I think, has really helped me stay motivated in my program, also because I'm learning academic content alongside having these opportunities where I get to apply it. I student teach in the fall. I'll be doing 8 weeks at an elementary school in Houston, Texas, on the southwest side of town, and then I'll be coming back for 8 weeks in Waterloo, where I'll be doing 4 weeks at a middle school in their English language learner program and 4 weeks at an elementary school in their English language learner program. So I'm really kind of getting the best of both worlds of having experience in a community that I've grown to love and care about here in Waterloo, and then also going out of state to have a different experience. I feel like I have a lot of options, and I think so much of it depends on my student teaching experiences and what I like and where I think fits. I also was really engaged politically, and so with the upcoming election cycle, there's some decisions to be made there if I want to kind of go down that path. But I think, because of my breadth of field experiences, I really have an idea of the kind of schools that I'm interested in, and that helps a lot and makes this process feel a lot less overwhelming. I hate to like be corny and come down to the right size, right fit thing, but it really is true. Like UNI is big enough that if like after your freshman year you don't want to talk to any of the people you talk to ever again, you can do that. You can go find an entire different corner of campus where you haven't met anyone. You can go eat lunch at a different time and not recognize anyone there. Or you can get really, really tight with the people you study with, the people you live with, and like they become like a second family to you. So you really have those options of meeting people who are way different from you, of spreading out, or of creating really tight-knit relationships. And I really do think that balance of opportunities at UNI is unique. So the YWCA, it's like the YMCA, but the W stands for women, and they really have like nationally they have a social justice focused mission. In Waterloo, some of the things they do, they provide childcare, they provide English class that's free, they provide parenting classes that are free, and so for a lot of students going into teaching, they'll do an experience with that English class. They'll go teach that English class. My job, I actually provide childcare during the English class and during parenting classes, and so the benefit of that for me has been that like I have been able to create relationships with families over a way longer period of time than a school year, if that makes sense. Like parents will come to English class or parenting class for many years, and so like there's parents that I've known the entire time I've been at UNI, which I think is very unique and really special, especially like just from a language development standpoint to like have a toddler in a silent period go from being multilingual and like seeing that is incredible. Or like seeing a mom who's got, you know, like 3 under 3 bundle up all her kids in the middle of January to come to English class, like also so inspiring. So I just feel so fortunate to be able to work with like I really think the cream of the crop families in the Cedar Valley, like just incredible people working really, really hard to become members of this community and to do the best for their kids. So I just think that it has helped me grow empathy for other people, taught me how important parents are, and that if you root for the kids, you gotta root for the parents, and just also given me an incredible language experience seeing these children develop their English.